Okay, I'm gonna finish this as quickly as I can. In my previous video, I discussed my family's reaction to Elena. So in this video, I will discuss hopefully my friends' reaction as well as random people's reactions that I've gotten when I carry her out in public. Um, so with friends' reactions, let's see, who actually met her? Emily, Monica, and okay, I only have 3 friends who actually met her so far. So basically, during my first week of school is when I received her, and I had told no one about her at all, except for, I think, CRC, who was on color guard with me. I think she was the only person I told, but like everyone else I never told. And so when I forgot where I was going. I think I was going to Walmart with my mom, and I was going down the walkway by my hall where I live now, and 2 of the band people that I knew came, like, was walking this way and we were walking this way, and I didn't have a carrier with me because I had just got her, so I was holding her like an actual baby and everything, and she was wrapped up, and one of my friends, Holly, was walking up as well. It was her and Monica. So both of them were walking up, and Holly saw me carrying Elena, and she came up. She's like, and I think I put this in the like very first video with Elena. I can't remember, but she like walked up to her and she's like, "Oh, she's so cute. What's her name?" She's not real. Her face expression just dropped. It was so funny. I couldn't even like keep a straight face. I just had to start laughing. And Monica, from afar, she was able to tell that it was a doll. Just Holly was not. And so Holly's reaction was pretty funny. And okay, 2 minutes. And so I explained to them like that Elena was a reborn and she wasn't real, of course. And they asked me like, what is she for? I'm like, oh well, I'm thinking of to basically help me for when I become a mother. And I'm like, oh okay. And so now every single time I see Holly, I always tell her Elena says hi, and she just smiles. But yeah, so and then my one of my other friends who's also on YouTube, so if you're watching this, hi. But anyway, oh my god, sleep. But basically, when I met her at the mall, and originally it was supposed to be a group of us, but some stuff happened, and yeah, it was just me and her, which I was fine with. And okay, I don't even know what's on TV right now. But yeah, so I had her in her carrying pouch, and it was winter during the time. It was during my winter break, my Christmas break. And so I had made a carrier for her, and I had my clothes on, and like all you could see was basically Elena's face, which, yeah. And my friend like saw me walking to her, and she like just had a look of confusion, either confusion or like concern. I don't really know how to pinpoint it, but so when I got closer, she's like, so what's the deal with the baby? And I had to explain to her that it wasn't real and all that stuff. And she's like, oh, okay. Because I guess she was really concerned that I did get pregnant, and she was very curious of how that occurred. I don't know. Because if that had happened, yeah, I would have had to get pregnant sometime during the summertime, which I saw her a bunch of times, I think. But yeah, so I told her, and I took Elena out her carrier and let Angie hold her and everything, and yeah. So that's all my friends. So I guess I'll do the random reactions that I got. The first reaction I got was, once again, the very first week I had Elena, and like I said, I took her to Walmart with my mom, and I was holding her, of course, and I actually can't remember how I met the lady, or how the lady came up to me. I can't remember. But basically, oh no, it wasn't the lady. It was actually the husband that came up to me. And he was like, "Oh, look at the cute baby," and all that stuff. And he's like, and he was like trying to get closer to see her, and I kind of like held her so he couldn't really see her too well. And so basically he called his wife over, and they had like 2 kids. They had one that I think was around 4 or 5, and then one that was like 2 maybe. He was a baby still. And so she came over and she saw it. She was like, "Oh, she's a cute baby." And like the husband knew already, but the wife didn't know. The husband was able to figure it out pretty quickly that Elena wasn't real, which I didn't really care if he knew or not. And so he told her, and like her face was just priceless. And she's like, "Oh my God, she looks so real." And she like got closer, and I moved the blanket a little so she could see her better and everything. But I didn't allow them to touch her at all. No. I didn't know them. I don't allow them to touch her. And so losing my voice here. Okay. So that happened, and we talked, and I told them what a reborn doll was and all that stuff. And they seemed, at least she seemed interested in it. I don't know if the husband did or not. So yeah, that was that reaction. And then let's see. I guess I only have 2 more reactions actually. Both of the times I was with my friend Angie when we were at the mall, and I went into the Oriental store and everything, and I know the people who work there, so like every single time I go to that mall, I always go in that store, so we know each other pretty good. And when they saw me, because I had my coat unzipped, because we were in the mall for a while, and so I had my coat unzipped, and we walked in, and the lady who owns the shop, the Oriental store, she like said hi and everything, and we said hi back, and she didn't see her at first until I got closer, and she's like, "Oh, look at the baby," and sorry, my voice just cracked right there. She's like, "Oh, look at the baby, look at the baby." And she like came from around the counter and like came up to me and everything. And she was like, "Oh, she's so cute." And I can't remember. I said something, or Angie had said something. I can't remember. But I think one of us had said that she wasn't real and everything. And she's like, "Really?" And she like felt Elena's cheek, and she was like, "Oh, she looks so real," and all that stuff. And I don't know if it was her husband or one of the other workers. It was a guy. She like she had like told him about the baby and everything, and it was really funny. And I really wish I got that reaction on camera, because that was just hilarious. And like I said, I know the person who owns the Chinese Oriental store. So how many years has it been? Let's see, since my freshman year, or at least my sophomore year of high school, I know her pretty good. So I trust her. Trust her a little bit more than like a random stranger. So that's why I allowed her to get really close. So I didn't really mind. And then I actually have two more reactions. Actually, no, one. One of the other ones wasn't really that much of a reaction. But basically, during the same time, but this was when Angie had left, so I was technically by myself. And before me and Angie had actually went into the Bath and Body Works in our mall, and like the lady was like helping me out, like choosing a candle because I wanted a candle for my bedroom at home, and she was helping me, and I couldn't really find one, and like the entire time she's like commenting how cute Elena is and all that stuff, and I didn't say anything about her being a doll or anything. So, yeah. And then when Angie had left, I went back to the store and everything, and she's like, oh, you're being so quiet. This was when I was going to check out. And she's like, oh, you're being so quiet. I'm like, yeah, she kept me awake all last night. So she's probably extremely tired. And then I told her, I'm like, well, earlier today she put up a pretty good fuss since she was hungry. So, yeah. So, I think that was the only person I actually did not tell was that she was a doll. So, those are all my reactions so far. I hope I have more, and hopefully I will be able to record them next time. I don't know. I still need to introduce Elena to my dad's side of the family because none of them know about her except for my grandma, and that's because I showed her a picture. So the rest of them, I have to make sure they're away from the kitchen because they will probably grab a knife and go after my boyfriend, which would be bad. I don't want them to hurt my boyfriend. I love him so much. So yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys later. This should hold you guys over for like at least a month. See you guys.